be taking long strides on Disney's Animal World today. We'll be looking at long, long legs and long, long necks, which are all part of the world's tallest animal. These animals can reach the highest leaves on the trees, but hardly ever talk to each other. Today, we're looking at giraffes. You'll need to remember lots of facts about giraffes, because we'll be doing some quizzes later, so watch closely and listen carefully. Giraffes are herbivores, and herbivores are animals that don't eat meat. Giraffes live in the same areas as other herbivores, like elephants and zebras. Let's see where you can find giraffes. They live in the south and west of Africa, on the grassy plains. Baby giraffes are called calves, just like baby elephants. The male adults are called bulls, and the adult females are called cows. No, not that sort of cow. Giraffes don't have individual names, but they do have individual markings. That's how they recognize each other. They're mostly cream-colored with a crisscross pattern of light or dark brown blocks, just like these here. Giraffes are already 6 feet high when they're born, and they may be as tall as 20 feet by the time they become adults. Everything looks a long way down from that height. After the calves are born, they all spend time together in a large group called a nursery. This means all the young ones can play together while their moms are out looking for food. The young giraffes like galloping around with each other, or trotting around on their own. They can have a great time during the day. Then at nighttime, their moms come back to give them a nuzzle and look after them. Aw, so sweet. The young calves follow the older giraffes around. They learn from the older ones about how to find food and water. Mom shows them what they can and what they can't eat. They also learn how to look out for dangers. Danger can come in the shape of lions and hyenas. They live in the same part of Africa as giraffes, and they hunt other animals for food. Young calves are easy for lions and hyenas to hunt, so they must learn how to spot danger and how to escape. Luckily, the older ones make sure the calves are kept safe while they're growing up. Groups of young and old giraffes that move around together are called herds. Each herd usually has between 5 and 15 giraffes in it. They help each other to find food and water. They'll also protect the younger ones from getting hurt. The older and stronger members of the herd have the most responsibility. These older members are mostly cows. And remember, cows are female giraffes. The older males, or bulls, will leave the herd as soon as they're old enough to look after themselves, and then spend most of their adult lives on their own. Bulls can get very lonely sometimes. But if they get too lonely, they'll find a friend to travel with. It's much more fun than being on your own. Bull giraffes are taller than the cows, with even longer legs to run away from danger. They don't have a large herd around them to protect them, so bulls have to be much more alert and much more cunning. You never know when something might be creeping up on you. While this group is prowling around, let's get away and do a quiz. Are you ready? Okay. What are male giraffes called? Are they bulls, boars, or stallions? It's easy, isn't it? Well done! Male giraffes are called bulls. Here's another one. Are you ready? How do giraffes recognize each other? Is it by their eyes, by their feet, or by their markings? Bit more tricky this time. Do you know? That's right. Giraffes recognize each other by their markings. We'll find out more about a giraffe's markings later on. But first, let's find out what they eat. Now you remember that giraffes are herbivores, which means they don't eat meat. Giraffes get their food from plants and trees. And if you're as tall as this, you don't have to eat food from the ground. Oh no, giraffes are very fussy eaters. Only the finest food will do. The young leaves from the top of this tree are just perfect. You can also find things to eat on a giraffe's body, especially if you're a tick bird. These tick birds land on giraffes and feed on the tiny insects that live in their short fur. A giraffe's head is a great place to rest. And, of course, you get a fantastic view. I think this one sees his friends. Giraffes love to eat and spend a large part of the day looking for food. They'll eat mainly in the morning and again in the evening. They're happy to eat thorny bushes because the insides of their mouths are really leathery, so they won't get cut. Giraffes have extra long tongues to help them pull the leaves off the branches. Tongues, in fact, as long as 1.5 feet. That's as long as a small child's arm. Giraffes can also push a thin tree twig between their front teeth and flick their heads back to strip the leaves off. Just like that. Tasty. Up to 18 hours of each day can be spent finding and eating their food. Giraffes prefer to rest in the afternoon. And that's because the African sun is very, very hot after lunch. It's better than running around and getting all sweaty. Giraffes don't usually lie down to sleep because it's very hard work getting back up again. Can you imagine trying to get out of bed with legs and a neck like this? Giraffes also find it hard to lean forward, even if they need to drink from a pond. They look really, really funny when they try to. Just look at this. They have to spread their legs so wide and bend their long necks down to reach the ground. And getting back up is just as hard. Luckily, giraffes get most of the water they need from all the fresh, juicy leaves they eat. They can go for a whole month without water, which is useful because Africa can be very dry. Leaning forward to drink can also be very dangerous for giraffes. Lions and leopards are often out prowling. Now, they don't like to hunt animals that are taller than them. They prefer shorter animals like zebras. But unfortunately, when a giraffe bends down, it looks shorter. And that's when lions and hyenas might attack. They'll have to be quick, though. Giraffes can run at 35 miles per hour. But not for very long. They get tired very quickly. Giraffes can also be a danger to predators. They can kick hard. And the bulls often fight one another. Look at these two. They swing their long necks and legs at their friends to show off. Take that! That's enough fighting for now, because it's quiz time. Ready? What bird can get a snack from the top of a giraffe's head? Is it a hornbill bird? A tick bird? Or a penguin? You know this one. That's right. A tick bird gets a snack from the top of a giraffe's head. Let's do another. How do giraffes get a drink of water? Is it from a hole in a tree? From a water hole on the ground? Or out of a tap? Think about it. Well done! Giraffes get a drink of water from a water hole on the ground. Now, let's take a closer look at a giraffe's amazing body. Being the tallest animal in the world is pretty useful. You get a great view, and giraffes have really good eyesight, so they can see things happening very far away. They can see over the tallest trees and find out what the zebras are up to. It's good to keep an eye on your neighbors. But more importantly, being very tall allows giraffes to keep a lookout for danger. They can see any lions before they get too close. Hopefully, lions won't be able to see the giraffes because the pattern of a giraffe's fur make it camouflaged. Now, camouflaged means that they blend into their surroundings. Their brown and cream color can be hard to spot next to trees that are the same color, especially if a predator is far away. And because the giraffes move very quickly, they can disappear into the trees. Now, giraffes have different patterns depending on which part of Africa they're from. And bull giraffes have different patterns from cow giraffes. Now, long legs allow a giraffe to take big strides. This helps them to save their energy. When they're walking, giraffes move the legs on one side of their body, followed by the legs on the other side. Sometimes horses walk this way too. This helps giraffes to move even faster and keep their heads up while they're moving. Giraffes look very proud as they walk and seem to be very calm animals. Saving energy stops the calves from getting tired. If they get too tired, their legs get a bit wobbly. As well as being gentle, they prefer to stay silent most of the time. They don't make lots of noises like zebras and elephants do. And it's not because giraffes can't make noises, they just prefer not to. The moms will whistle to call their calves if they start to wander off, and make grunts or snorts if they get frightened. But other than that, giraffes are silent. It's much more dignified. You won't hear any horrible sounds coming out of a giraffe's mouth, and you won't smell any horrible odors from its mouth either. Giraffes have very clean breath. You see, they only eat the very fresh leaves from the top of the trees. They don't eat any dead leaves from the ground, and they don't eat any meat, which could be rotten, so their breath smells really sweet. Giraffes don't take baths. There wouldn't be a water hole deep enough for them, and they can't splash around in water like elephants do. Their bodies are simply too long and too awkward, so for their whole life they never have a bath. Phew! It's too bad, because giraffes have a very strong sense of smell. They have wide, flat nostrils that can pick up any scent and help them find their food and find each other. In fact, all a giraffe's senses are extremely strong. They have excellent hearing and can pick up sounds from all directions by twisting their neck and ears. Although none of them make any noises for the others to hear, they can hear trouble approaching, and that's always important. Giraffes have lots of useful skills that help them to survive in the wilds of southern Africa. It can be hard work when you share the same home as lions and leopards. But if you can see over the treetops, smell danger before it gets too close, and run away very fast when you need to, then you'll probably be all right. And that's another amazing creature from Disney's Animal World.